Next on Worcester News tonight, the season's first significant snowfall is here. How residents in the area are reacting to the early winter. Plus, it's a day to remember for many families as they participate in National Adoption Day. But first, we begin with a look at the weather ahead of us and hopefully some melting snow. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Brittany Schaefer. The season's first snowfall dropped several inches across central Massachusetts. Let's send it right over to meteorologist Tim Kelly to see what we can expect next.
Yeah, we get the first one under our belt, and it was not that easy. Fortunately, the timing right after the evening commute this morning, it was a slow start. Outside this evening, we have clearing. It was a 6 to 10 inch snowfall. There was a little bit of melting, and now there's a little bit of a refreeze going on. So tomorrow morning, we wake up to a mostly clear sky, and it's a nice day. Seasonable. We've pretty much forgot what seasonable is. 45 to 50 tomorrow afternoon. Some clouds are going to work in tomorrow night. Again, some black ice possible. Cooler, mostly dry Sunday, but the clouds are going to thicken up. Another front is coming in, and it may end up with a little bit of light rain or snow late in the day. Outside tonight, snow is still going on to our north, but that's a warm front. That's how we're going to warm up. Temperature at the airport really never got above freezing. May actually go up a degree or two this evening, but at lower elevations with a clear sky and light winds, radiational cooling, that means even though the air temperature, a lot of spots may be 35, the ground temperature a little colder, so some ice on the side roads and sidewalks, but with sunshine tomorrow, bona fide melting or shrinking of the snowpack a little bit. A nice looking Saturday, mostly nice Sunday. We'll take it to Thanksgiving in a few minutes.
Snow season is already quite different than last year. The snow is here early and the rain didn't wash it all away quite yet. Our Rosalind Flaherty spoke to residents today and has their reaction. Rosalind?
Brittany, many people say they're not happy and they already want spring. Can't say I blame them, but we still have a long winter ahead. It's a harsh reality for people in central Massachusetts.
I hate it.
There's not much we can do about it. Nature is going to do what it does, regardless of what we like or not.
The season's first snowfall dropped 7.8 inches of snow on Worcester, something many weren't ready for.
First storm of the year, it's pretty lousy. Hit us in the middle of the night, woke up, it was raining, it's soaked. It's so heavy, it's ridiculous.
Landscaper Kevin Riddler wasn't even finished cleaning up all the leaves yet and had to trade in his rake for a snowblower.
We still have a ton to pick up and they're buried now, so we won't be able to get to those till probably spring.
In nearby Holden, there were 22 pieces of equipment taking care of the roads. Director of Public Works John Woodsmall says they did what they could to get the job done, but says it's hard to prepare for snow this early in the season.
We didn't have a chance to do all of our usual pre-winter maintenance checks, so that was problematic for us. Could have been better, could have been worse. It was came down very hard, very quickly for several hours, and gave us a run for our money.
Although it's only November, people shoveling say they can't wait for the warm weather to return.
Since the winter came early, maybe we will get an early spring.
We'd like to be able to bottle August and then open it up on a day like this and have it melt this mess.
I'm definitely right there with her. Holden DPW says if they do have to go out tonight to salt and sand, they want drivers to be vigilant. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
A 3-alarm fire is under investigation in Uxbridge. It started around 5:15 this morning at the Aldrich Street Kennels. Animals were inside at the time. Sadly, one cat died. Another dog suffered burns but is said to be doing well. Firefighters say the snow conditions made getting to the fire difficult.
Yeah, probably 6 to 8 inches of snow that we got here overnight made it difficult to access the building, both from a distance and trudging through the snow.
2 firefighters were taken to the hospital but are said to be doing okay. The chief says the fire is under investigation, but it appears it was an electrical problem. And the snow can cause problems for the American Red Cross as well. The organization announcing they are in a critical shortage of all blood types. Hospitals are currently using more blood than they are receiving. Account Executive Catherine Lawler says snowstorms can lead to cancellations of blood donation appointments and blood drives at schools. She says Thanksgiving and the holidays are also a slow time for blood donations.
We usually do see a decline around the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. Just donors are really busy during that time of year. They have a lot going on, and with the additional complications of winter weather, we do typically see a decline. Additionally, we rely a lot on the high schools and colleges, and so with those being closed during the holiday periods, we don't have that strong support from really that period of time of the year as well.
The Red Cross is open 7 days a week. If you would like to donate, you can schedule an appointment online. Recreational marijuana shops are set to open in the state next week, including one right here in central Massachusetts. The Cannabis Control Commission says the background checks were thorough and it took a lot of planning to get to this point. The commission authorized Cultivate Holdings in Leicester to start selling marijuana in just 3 days. Retail sales were originally going to begin July 1st, but the regulatory approvals were delayed. Multi-million-dollar upgrades are coming to Union Station. It will include a center platform and signal and light upgrades. Friday, the Lieutenant Governor and Secretary of Transportation met in Worcester to discuss the future plans. Our Gretchen LaRosa has the details.
A $4 million upgrade is coming to Union Station. Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito, the Department of Transportation, and Worcester leaders met Friday to discuss investments on the Worcester-Framingham commuter rail line. The goal is to improve transportation between the first and second largest cities in Massachusetts.
We received a lot of input that people want to get to Boston quicker. So adding that heart-to-hub nonstop train has been really important.
There are often delays on the Worcester-Framingham line, but Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito says these investments will work towards fixing this issue.
Better on-time performance, more reliability, which will increase the interest that people will have to use it, because they need to know that if they take the train, they're going to get to their destination at the time they expect to.
The improvements will include a center platform which will allow for 2 trains to enter the station at once. City Manager Ed Augustus says the commuter rail is a critical piece of the future in Worcester and offers a less stressful commute into Boston.
Being able to market options to Boston direct, an hour or less, it's going to make more people who now are spending an awful lot of their time on the Mass Pike or other roadways say, you know what, in an hour I can get there, varying times during the morning and afternoon commute. It gives people the flexibility if sometimes they have to stay late or get back home. It gives more options, which is going to allow more people to take advantage of that opportunity.
Secretary of Transportation Stephanie Pollock says these developments are now being designed. She says millions of dollars have already been put towards the Worcester service, and it will enhance the progress in the city.
We know that the better we can make the commuter rail service between Worcester and Boston, the more it can support Worcester's growth.
Now, there is no immediate timeline for these developments here in Worcester, but the Department of Transportation says the commuter rail here in Worcester will be receiving a $4 million facelift. Gretchen LaRosa, Worcester News Tonight.
The Worcester County Sheriff's Department is working to make sure every family has a Thanksgiving meal. Friday, they were accepting donations at Price Chopper for their 13th annual food drive. Sheriff Lou Evangelides expects to collect around 50 tons of food at various locations across the county. Turkeys, potatoes, cranberry sauce, and much more will be donated to the Friendly House next week. Evangelides says it will give thousands of families in need a nice Thanksgiving holiday.
I want to say people are so generous. You see so many people coming in and hearing about this and then walking out and depositing a bag and wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving. So it's a wonderful renewal of the spirit of Worcester County and Worcester people looking out for each other.
By providing a family with a turkey meal, they can save about $50 or $60, and that can go to pay a bill, electric bill or oil, gas.
Among volunteers helping out today were Jonathan Landers-Sadowski and Joseph Torres. They say they were both homeless in the past, and giving back to those in need now is rewarding.
I've been homeless for 5 years out there, so I know what it is not to have family. So me giving back to my community makes me feel better and make me feel like a better person to give back.
I lost everything, and thank you for everybody for helping us, to help everybody that really needs it. And I like to give to the community and help the community.
The Sheriff's Office will be donating the food to families on Monday at the Friendly House. It was an emotional day for dozens of children in Worcester as they gained a family for National Adoption Day. The event taking place at the Worcester Trial Court. And for one family, it was their first adopted daughter who led to their second Friday. Our Chandler Walsh joins us live now with more. Chandler.
Brittany, today is the 12th National Adoption Day to take place in Worcester. Those dozens of children were in foster care but are now officially adopted. Parents say it's been a long wait. It's because there are more than 2,000 children under Worcester Juvenile Court jurisdiction. It's a day full of love and celebration for the Grimm family as they gain a daughter.
All right. Gonna get adopted.
5-year-old Haley was adopted on National Adoption Day. Parents Stacy and Robert Grimm first adopted their granddaughter Jacqueline years ago. It's what brought them to Haley.
We saw how much of a need there was for foster parents, and we took our classes, and Haley came to us not long after.
Like Haley, 42 other children were adopted at Worcester Trial Court today. Parents say it's been a long process. Many have waited years for this moment, but say it's more than worth it.
A lot of ups and downs, really not sure how things were going to turn out, but we just fell in love right away.
Even though TJ's been with us, most of his life, there's just something about knowing that he can't go anywhere else now.
Emily Ackman and Jonah Larkins Ford knew early on they wanted to adopt.
We actually did our first interview to adopt through GCF a week before we got married.
They brought new son TJ home right from the hospital. He's been with them for more than 2 years. And along the way, the couple welcomed a daughter.
It's nice because they both have a built-in playmate.
It's a big day for adopting families as they grow. The Grimms gave their daughters matching heart necklaces to remember this special moment.
And that's because there's a piece of Jacqueline's heart with Haley forever, because they are officially sisters.
And the Grimms aren't done with the process yet. They're hoping to be back next year for their third adoption. Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.